to service providers who innovate without limits. That's why the fastest growing service providers are choosing the NetSapiens platform. Visit netsapiens.com.
Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News. And I'm very pleased to have with me today Lynn Murphy, who's the CEO of Plugable. Lynn, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure.
We also have with me Matt Dardis, CRO of Plugable. Matt, thank you for joining me today.
Delighted to be here, Doug.
So the headline is that the office is being disrupted, the office space is being disrupted, and here we have a company that is mastering the PC peripheral space, has some interesting new products, has some interesting products and opportunities for the channel to sell, some interesting solutions for the enterprise. But Lynn, before we dive into all that, what is Plugable?
Yeah, so Plugable is an interesting company. We, at its core, we are known for docking stations. In fact, in North America, we're the #1 third-party docking station company. We also make other high-end PC peripheral products, and where we really perform well is in a mixed environment. So what I mean by mixed environment isn't just mixed laptop brands or you've got everything is mixed these days, whether you've got 4K, 8K monitors, etc. And that's where we perform well because we do all of our testing really around deep compatibility. So that's where Plugable would really fit. Who is Plugable? We are a company that was founded in 2009 in Redmond, Washington, as we've talked, just close to where Doug is. Founded by a gentleman by the name of Bernie Thompson, who is actually a software engineer. Yes, a software engineer who designed a hardware company. Go figure. But he worked at Microsoft and he was at IBM and a company called DisplayLink. And he saw an opportunity because it was so frustrating to figure out what goes with what and what makes, what works together. And so he founded the company on Amazon. So we were born on Amazon as a digital native. And over the years, we began noticing that there were a lot of big name businesses buying from us. And we saw all of a sudden, 5 years ago, 40% business. So we decided to put a whole strategy in place and built out a team to go after the omni-channel, and we moved into channel focus. We've grown our business is now majority of of the company's business, our revenue. But what I think made it so interesting is when you're trying to sell complex technology over without ever speaking to the customer over digital, you have to really be very specific and educational about what the customer is searching for and how you solve that. So we're now, people are finding us. And I think today in the digital world, business buyers are searching online before they're getting to a sales team. And so we seem to be being asked for a lot by the channel. We're being told that we're driving the highest growth that they've seen in our category. So that's at a high level. I could go on and on, I'm sure you can tell, but that's the high level about who Plugable is.
And Matt, I understand that you recently joined the team there.
I sure did, Doug. I've been watching Plugable and just been enamored by whatever they're doing to be successful. And I reached out to Lynn and said, I want to work there. What can I do to find a home there? Because I really believe they're doing something different, or we are doing something different. Their approach to customer satisfaction is second to none. Their engineering is dedicated to making sure that the products get fixed and improved and that we don't have an upset customer. And in the channel, that's not always the case. So they take a lot of pride in that. They have a lot of great data and insights, and they have a lot of happy customers. I'm here to expand that and make sure that that resonates with more partners, because I think there's a bigger opportunity as we move more into the public sector and the enterprise.
You know, so Lynn, Matt, with what Matt just said, it sounds like there's a very interesting channel opportunity here.
Yeah, there really is. And, there's a lot happening, first off, at the desktop. The modern desk is shifting to be anywhere. There is a huge fleet migration after the pandemic. Fleets got really old. There was the whole Windows 11 migration, and now it's all about AI, and every desktop needs to drive more productivity. So aside from our great dock opportunities to help with fleet migration, we also just recently announced an investment, a minority investment from Acer Gadget into the company, and this really gives us an opportunity to scale faster and keep growing the strategy that we've been growing. Expanding our international footprint, expanding our new product categories and innovation. And one of the most exciting announcements we made was really around AI at the desktop. And we have launched a secure local AI enclosure with a software stack that enables plug and play AI at the desk. And the opportunity for the channel partner there is, yes, there's billions of dollars going into the cloud spend right now, but there is going to be a portion of the spend that moves to local, and that is repetitive and private data. It's going to be moving closer to the workstation. And this gives an opportunity for the partner to do like a crawl, walk, run. You can test a proof of concept locally with a solution stack that we've pre-built, but that still needs the partner to integrate it and to support it. So I think there's some really interesting opportunities for partners to talk about local AI as it's beginning to become an important topic that's complementing the cloud partner.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Lynn. And just to add on to that, what's so exciting about Plugable is we're really innovating that modern desktop. And this is just the beginning of the roadmap that we've got planned. And we see a lot of managed services and support needed in the reseller community. So we're inviting new partners to grow with us, as we can't do this alone. We're a channel first company. And our job in this investment is to help create demand for the channel. So we've deployed resources in public and enterprise to send seed units and evaluation product, as well as getting our products on all the standards buying lists, as well as government vehicles and K through 12 contracts. So by that, enabling that and doing partner selling, as Lynn had mentioned, we're actually creating demand for the channel. We're bringing those opportunities to the partners, and we're really interested in expanding our partner base and our collaboration. And as this gets more technical, we really need the partners' help. So we'd love to have more conversations with more partners.
And I'll direct this to both of you. A lot of products sit on the shelf, whether it's a virtual shelf or a real shelf. Partners all the time sign up for something, and somehow it never makes it all the way down to the world where they're selling it. But it sounds like you guys are actually proactive in trying to find demand for them.
We sure are. We view it as our job to embrace and engage with the customers and help the channel versus rely on the channel to do all that work. So we really believe in a true partnership and driving revenue back to the channel as well as profitability. But it starts with us. So we built a great flywheel to support and content and fulfillment. Plugable's done an amazing job with the customer. Now our next step is to evolve that broader into the enterprise and really focus on what their needs are. And just to add to that, we're reimagining how peripherals are sold, how they're supported, how they might be managed on the asset management stack. And we're really trying to think from their lens on what their pain points are and it's still pretty complicated, and there's still compatibility issues. So we pride ourselves on kind of blocking or getting through all that noise and making sure that when they get our product, it just works. They're supported, and they're happy, and there's no returns. It's simple, but it's been effective, and that's the story we're sharing today.
Yeah, you know what? I was just going to say one more thing on that, because you asked about the channel. The channel partners are responsible for selling a lot of different solutions for the partner, and so the more we can help them make it really, really easy, the better. And so we've got a lot of really simple tools that help the partner. We're told that we're very easy to work with, so I think that's some great feedback we've got. We try to make it painless for them.
You guys have been talking about AI. Yes, we're starting to hear AI is now old enough, or this generation of AI is old enough. We're now starting to hear about the AI projects that really failed. It sounds though like you guys are not experiencing that. In other words, you're introducing products that have proof of concept.
Yeah, what's happening is there's a migration going to happen of a certain portion of the AI is going to move local. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, depends on the stat, but at least 90% of any company's data is not in the cloud. And so if they want to take true advantage of AI, and what makes AI work better is more context, more data. It's got to be a portion of it local, just because of the privacy and security. And then there's, even how many times have you run out of tokens? I've run out of tokens working, right? And so there's going to be some of this repetitive work that will probably be put onto the local. So I think we've been working on this for about 18 months, and we're there as the local models get more efficient, and as the memory and GPUs are more capable. That's where you're going to see it's starting to be a topic now. And so we're there ready with a solution for the channel as this becomes accepted and adopted.
How big an opportunity is this for the MSPs?
It would be, well, I mean, first off, there's a lot of service and ongoing support that I know they're really interested in. And then there's, depending on the size of the memory that somebody wants to put in, they range anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a local fully loaded unit. So imagine you get a large opportunity that has a lot of branches that wants to adopt this. It can add up pretty quickly.
So Lynn, that sounds like basically, especially for an MSP that's in front of an enterprise with multi-sites.
It could be smaller companies. I mean, we're finding law firms. We're getting a lot of law firms that are reaching out and saying, "Hey, I'm interested in running a proof of concept." We're getting some public sector, federal that are looking at this. So it really depends on the use case. You could imagine a doctor's office wanting to, because of all the HIPAA compliance, wanting to leverage AI, but needing to do it at a desk or local.
So Matt, it sounds like the channel program includes channel partners, MSPs, and it sounds like it includes people that are in front of large enterprises, but also includes companies that are in front of smaller businesses too.
Yeah, Doug, given our roots, we found that we built an engine that services not only the small office, but all the way up to some of the global larger companies. So we really invite folks in the mid-market and SOHO market to reach out to us and allow us to help them in this category. We're seeing a lot of new business in this space. It's profitable for them. That we do all the work for them and we help them close the business. So for those that are maybe not comfortable with the category, we invite them to have a conversation with us, because we really think this is the future of the desktop, and we know that the partners can make money doing it.
Well, Matt and Lynn, I really want to thank you both for joining me today. It's very interesting to basically present a somewhat different opportunity than they often hear on this podcast. Where can everyone learn more?
Absolutely, Doug. Well, come to plugable.com for all the fantastic product information and content we have, and you can reach out to us directly at sales@plugable.com, and we also have a QR code in this podcast.
Yep, we put the QR code right above your head.
Great.
All right, guys, thank you very much indeed. I'm going to look forward to doing an additional podcast or some additional podcasts. We'll maybe take a look at some of the individual products and also the program itself. But thank you for giving us a big overview of the company.
We would love that. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Innovate without limits, scale without compromise, and never pay per seat again. Discover why providers choose netsapiens.com.